How's it going, folks? So today I'm in my hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. Found myself with a free afternoon today and decided, you know what, I'm gonna have a nice chill day of game hunting in my hometown. I'm here right now in the parking lot of Game Exchange, one of my favorite chains to source video games at. Most of you guys probably know I buy video games to flip them on Amazon and eBay. That is my full-time job. I've been to these locations, I wanna say just like a couple weeks ago, which is why I say I'm taking it a little bit easy, a little bit slow today. I don't expect it to be a super high profit day, but you never know. Definitely looking to learn something. Recently, PlayStation 3 and like PS Vita, PSP games have definitely been going up in price with the announced closure of the PlayStation Store. So I'm looking to learn a lot today, if I can, which games are going up in price. Some of them are like doubling, tripling, quadrupling. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna be scanning a lot of those, always looking for 3DS consoles. Those have been really hot recently. So yeah, let's go in there, see what we can find. So right off the bat here, walking in the door, I saw these really cool in-box Bionicles on the shelves here that normally aren't here. They were all in used condition though, and they had decent ranks and good prices on Amazon, but because they were used and I didn't want to deal with potential returns of pieces being missing and stuff like that, I didn't want to count pieces. I did decide to leave these, but even in used condition, they wouldn't have been a bad flip on eBay, but nonetheless decided to leave them behind. Not really what I was looking for today. Then over here in the glass case, I'm unfortunately seeing a good amount of stuff that is in acceptable condition without the original cases. I did end up checking out those Vita games. There was some PSP stuff down there. And then up here, a good old PlayStation 4 camera and some other loose Dreamcast games up there, as well as some Pokemon cards. I always love poking my nose into the Pokemon cards section, although at this particular store, they go pretty much exclusively off of TCG Player, so there's not a lot of room for flipping stuff, but I like looking anyway. Then coming on over to the game shelves over here in the Xbox One section, there was one franchise that I did want to note. Oftentimes, just dance games can sometimes hold a decent amount of value. None of these ones in particular were profitable for me, but I did want to make you guys aware that sometimes those hold a surprising amount of value, especially on the Wii and stuff. Skylanders Superchargers, not quite a buy at $9. That's one of the less valuable ones in the franchise, but Trap Team will actually be a buy at $10. You can see here that it's going for like 39 bucks on Amazon. Don't know why it's not loading the fees, but that'll be around 30 after fees. Then of course over here, had to head over to the PS3 section. I scanned just about everything over here. I was really curious to see. A lot of the titles were worth more than sticker value, but only a few of them that I found were really worth significantly more. Was definitely checking out some Dragon Ball Z games down here. Raging Blast did end up looking pretty promising. And also as I was scanning through some wrestling titles, you can see down here, 2K17 WWE definitely caught my eye as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that one later, but you can see here the lowest price listed was like $34, which would only get me like $6 profit, but as I pull up the individual listings here, you can see that there are actually none listed via FBA. That's that little Prime logo up there. That's how you can tell which ones are through FBA. And there are no very good condition FBA listings for this game, so I have a really good feeling about it. Decided to pick up one more. All right, so had some decent success in that store, I would say. Again, I came here a couple weeks ago, wasn't expecting to find a ton, but we did find some stuff. The Dragon Ball Z PS3 game that I found, Raging Blast or something like that, turns out he looked for it forever, could not find it in their system, the actual disc for it, because all the discs are behind the desk there. Honestly, that happens pretty often. It seems like about 50% of the time, either they like will take forever to find a game because it's in the right place, or they just straight up won't even have it there. Organization system definitely leaves something to be desired, but despite that, we did come away with SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Should just about double up on this game, maybe a little bit more, because it is complete. Inside here is also the single PS Vita game that I bought. It was, looks like Blanc versus Zombies. I did look it up, I promise. I think I paid like 16 or 17 bucks for that, and should be able to get like close to 30, maybe a little bit more on Amazon, even though that was the only incomplete one that I did end up buying. we got the Skylanders 410 that should be like 25 or so. And then I did pull the trigger on 2 copies of WWE 2K17 because of that pricing discrepancy that I mentioned earlier. We'll see how those do. I'm definitely interested to see. And then the only other thing was this PS4 camera. I've been buying these because prices have gone up on them recently, and this one was only like maybe 36 or something like that, so should do fairly well there. But yeah, other than that, I'm ready to get to the next one. So our next stop was right across the street, Half Price Books. Didn't expect to find a ton in here, but they do have a decent sized video game section, so wanted to check it out. Moseying on over to the case here, didn't see a ton that caught my eye. There were some N64 games, that Game Genie up there was kind of interesting. Some Game Boy stuff as usual, nothing super underpriced. There was a really strange Skylanders, there it is, mini Wii remote right there for 15 bucks. I'd literally never seen one of those, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Scooby-Doo, about market rate at 15, maybe a little bit more on Amazon, a third-party N64 controller there. Then I saw these little DVD boxes with consoles on them to signify what they had in the back. There was an N64, an Xbox Original, and Nintendo Wii that I did decide to go check out at the counter afterwards. I did like how they decided to put Madden 19 up in the case up here. Some cool collector's editions, and also one gem there. See if you can spot it. If you've been paying attention to my videos, you may know what it is. Nothing here on the other PS4 shelf. In the other glass case over here, the Xbox one, they did have an Xbox Connect, but at $50, that was a little bit more than I wanted to pay. Nothing super consequential over here, mostly some lower dollar titles and some shovelware. But I am always checking at shelves like these to see if I can find anything interesting that is sealed. Found a Tiger Woods Wii game here last time I was doing that, so wanted to check. Then I decided to go take a look at those consoles. This Wii actually ended up being the black Wii here with a Wii remote that does have Wii Motion Plus, which definitely does help with the value. Checking out the condition here, no deep scratches or anything, looks to be fairly well taken care of, which is definitely what I like to see, so 50 bucks, not a bad price on that. Then with the N64, first thing that I will do is test out the stick here. There's a little bit of a wobble, but overall pretty good condition. And then you guys know I have to take a peek inside, and it does have the expansion pack, so that's a huge bonus. Well folks, a surprisingly good stop in that Half Price Books. Ended up coming away with 2 consoles, which I definitely didn't expect. We got this N64, 70 bucks with the expansion pack. I was so happy to see that. That's a great deal. Once I replace the expansion pack with a jumper pack, I'll be able to get conservatively 110 bucks for that on Amazon. It does look like, unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace this AV cord here. There's a little fraying there, but that's not a huge deal. And also this controller, there's just a little bit of wiggle in the stick, so I don't know if I'll necessarily, I probably will switch that one out. I've got some decent controllers that I can pair with this, and then I'll still get like 50 or 60 extra dollars from selling just the expansion pack. So that was a great find. Got a couple of PS3 games at this stop. Def Jam Icon here, we paid 15, and the lowest copy of this was like $50+ on Amazon before fees, so like maybe 40-ish after fees. So this was a good deal, even though it doesn't have the manual. That was a little unfortunate. Then this one, didn't really expect, I've never bought this before, Wet. $6 on that, and the lowest copy was like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks or something like that. This very well may sell for more. And finally, a fairly nice condition black Wii here for 50 bucks, which is really cheaper than you can normally find Wiis these days, so I was happy to pay that, and I will pair it with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort and make a solid amount on that. Maybe like, I'd say 120, 130 or so after fees, so can't complain about that at all. All right, folks, our third and final stop in this very chill day of buying video games, Game Exchange. So the first little section I decided to explore at this stop was the PlayStation. Looking at some games here, scanning some random stuff. I make my way over to the little accessories rack on the side here, and what do I spy? But some more PS4 cameras. This is a good tip for you guys. If something works at one stop, definitely look for that same thing in the future, especially in the accessories section. Then I moved on to the little glass case over here. I don't really know why this location puts all of their main series Wii and Wii U games in the glass case along with all of their PSP games. That's just kind of how they do it, I guess. Most of these I have gone through before. I didn't really find anything that really caught my fancy, but if you guys with fresh eyes are seeing some of these games and saying, why in the world wouldn't you pick that up, definitely let me know. The glass case is a place that I always love to look when I can, but most of the time the turnover in that section isn't quite as good as the rest of the store. So I moseyed my way over onto the PlayStation 3 again because prices have been so volatile. Found this Toy Story 3 for $19, which probably seems really high for a licensed game, but check this out. Lowest copy on there is $40, and lowest Amazon is 60 something. So definitely decided to pick that one up even though it was missing the manual. Then I also found this title. This is a great bolo for you guys. Street Fighter and what is that, Tekken? Yeah, Tekken for $14, going for $30 after fees on Amazon, so that was definitely a buy. Found a few copies of that one. Then finally, here I am in my killer new bleach white Hokas, by the way. Just scanning through, I always like to give a glimpse of myself in this process to just show people what it's actually like to scan through a shelf. I did find a decent copy there of NBA Jam with a good margin. Well, folks, we moseyed our way in there and sauntered on out. Definitely came out with some gems, mostly, or maybe all, on the PS3. Again, been here recently, didn't expect to come out away with a huge haul, but actually found more than I expected. So, first thing, 3 copies of Street Fighter versus Tekken for $14 a piece.
Squarespace makes it easy to build your own blog.
$14 a piece. They should go for $30 after fees on Amazon, which is a great deal. They are all nice and complete. Then picked up this Toy Story 3. I think this is a somewhat uncommon game on the system. $18 or $19. I don't know if it's actually going to sell in like the 40 to 60 range. We'll have to see, but definitely is one that I've sold for good prices before. NBA Jam for $14 should double up on that. Midnight Club Los Angeles, unfortunately this is missing the manual, but that was $9 and should go for around like 18 to 20 after fees. And then decided to pull the trigger on another copy of WWE 2K17 because, you know, why not? But then the biggest find from this stop was a couple of brand new PlayStation cameras. These were $60, so higher than original retail, but in new condition, they're selling for over $100 on Amazon. So I'll definitely take that. Don't mind those margins. New stuff sells very quickly. Then just for good measure, picked up some used ones as well. So on the whole today, we're looking at a solid like over $400 profit for making 3 stops. I've only been out here for like 3.5 hours, so can't complain at all. That's a great rate of return. I'm gonna get all of this stuff listed and shipped out by probably tomorrow afternoon. I'm also going to be posting all of these games that I have not posted before in the Discord. Let other folks know to look out for them at their game stores and the prices to buy them at and that you can expect to sell them for on Amazon, because this video won't actually premiere for, I'd say, a few weeks. So I like to give them a little bit of a jump on that. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found this video as chill and enjoyable as I have making it. Definitely appreciate you guys. Until next time, I will catch you. Oh, it's hard doing it in this small space. On the flip.